Hello all, Shadwell here, ready to talk about the next film in my collection, Bedazzled from 2000. It's directed by Harold Ramis and stars Brendan Fraser and Elizabeth Hurley. Man, it is good to have Brendan Fraser back in the mainstream again. He used to be one of the hottest guys in Hollywood in the 90s and early 2000s, and then he went away from the spotlight for a while. Long story short, not his idea. And between his Oscar last year for his performance in The Whale and starring in this year's Martin Scorsese picture, Killers of the Flower Moon, he looks to be back up where he rightfully belongs. Hooray! Now that is some shit that makes me exceedingly happy. I always did find Brendan Fraser to be comedically gifted, and that shines through as he plays the Six Faces of Elliot. Let me explain. Elliot is a nerdy type that nobody likes and has a crush on a girl that doesn't know he exists, so in desperation he makes a deal with the devil, played deliciously by Elizabeth Hurley. Elliot's sold for 7 wishes. Each wish he hopes will get him Allison, but of course something goes wrong each time, putting him back at the drawing board and wasting another wish. This film is predictable, that is true, and parts of it haven't aged well, but I still find it funny and very charming. It's hilarious to get to see Brendan Fraser play very different versions of the same character, but I'd have to say that my favorite part of this remake is the many costume changes of Elizabeth Hurley's devil. And since she's Elizabeth Hurley, she looks absolutely fabulous in every single one of them. I also love how Elliot's 3 co-workers are in each wish as well, and they're always wildly different. This film came out in 2000 while I was in California managing at a theater out there, and so this film has a very special place in my heart, just like the earlier film, The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle, which we've already talked about. But there are several other films that came out while I was out there that we'll be talking about soon enough, like Coyote Ugly, Nurse Betty, and Billy Elliot. Yes, Bedazzled is very predictable, and you can see the other shoe dropping from a mile away, but that doesn't take away from it being very funny. I laughed out loud while watching this film, and that's not something I normally do, so Bedazzled was doing something right. It's also directed by Harold Ramis, rest in peace, and I love his stuff like this, Groundhog Day, Stuart Saves His Family, Analyze This, and of course the Ghostbusters films he starred in. I'm gonna give Bedazzled a B because it's got some issues and it is slightly problematic, but I still really like it regardless. Join me tomorrow as I get to sit down and watch another Tim Burton film in the B section of my collection, Beetlejuice. See y'all then.